Southern Woods and Waters TV. That's where you want to be. Foggy mornings in the field, from the creek with rod and reel, doing what we love in Tennessee. Patriot Demolition presents Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh McNaughton and Brandon Dowdy. Also being brought to you by Sniper Hunting Products, Deer 30 Minerals, Candy Fork Outdoors, Weststone Cry-Like Realtors, TWRA, Capital Sportsman, Nashville Marine, Davidson Farmers Co-op, Courtney's Restaurant and Catering, Mowing and More, CVA, Wilson Bacon Trust, Flowers Processing and Garden Center, X Outdoor Products, and Hunter Up.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Hugh McNaughton.
And I'm Brandon Dowdy.
And we are
Southern Woods and Waters.
Again, for another week.
For another week. They keep calling us back.
What about this weather, Bubba?
It was so warm the other day. It was like we were springtime there for a day or two, and now it made that shift.
I was wearing spandex.
And man, on Tuesday when that shift happened, Tuesday afternoon, it got crazy.
It got crazy.
But,
you and I have the privilege of just riding around a lot.
Yeah, we do. So
now,
we kind of keep up with what's going on.
I told you that.
Monday they moved a lot. Monday afternoon. Tuesday morning slowed up just a little bit. Tuesday afternoon they broke wide open.
Yeah, Tuesday afternoon, just like you said, it's going to.
Yeah, I figured it was going to turn them on, and it did. But, we got a lot of good weather coming this weekend.
Well, yesterday, today, they've been in the afternoons.
Yeah, it's been more afternoon.
More afternoon.
Saturday morning when it's 24 degrees and foggy.
It'll be right.
It'll be just right. So we're excited about that.
So you could get gigantic Buckus Whitetailus.
Gigantor Buckus Whitetailus.
Yeah.
He might be out moving Saturday morning. That's right. That's right.
He could walk out.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something else too. There's all kinds of activities going on. Lots of things going on the calendar too. We have got a great show for you tonight. In the fact that, hey, calls, if you haven't used a grunt call or a dominant estrus or a bleak call, you are missing the boat.
You are.
I'm telling you.
People think about calling turkeys and calling birds and things all the time, and they just don't think about deer calling. And it adds so much fun to it when you can call them.
Our good friend Bobby Carter uses a grunt like every 10 minutes he's using one, because he thinks if one's passing by in that 10-minute span, they're going to come on in.
That's all it takes, yeah.
But not only are we calling deer, we've got Clint Holden on here with us too, and he's talking predator hunting. That's something I love to do too, and I tell you what, it's going to be a lot of fun just to listen to these guys. And we're not the professionals, but they are.
That's right. Yeah, these guys are here tonight.
We're here to learn too.
They're going to teach us about deer calling and coyote calling.
I got my piece of paper and I got my pen. I'm going to start making notes tonight.
Everybody keep your pad ready tonight.
That's right, because I promise you. And we're going to have a giveaway tonight.
We are. We got a giveaway.
Not the big one.
No, not the big one, but I'll actually go ahead and introduce our first guest. We've got Mr. Paul Peoples here with us tonight, and he's with All Game Outdoors. And he's got the Robo-Calls. We had him on 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Product of the week, and I've been using one now for these several weeks now, and man, let me tell you, it is a neat deal.
Mine's been stuck in the mail.
So Paul, we're glad to have you on tonight, and as you mentioned, we have Clint Holden with us here as well, and he's going to be here talking to us about the.
I like anybody who gets on the front cover of a magazine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's big time. Yeah, he's big time.
USA. I mean, he's there.
Yeah. So
I need your autograph after we.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a picture of a young lady over there between you two.
Yeah.
That made it on the front cover.
That's right. We'll have to get Clint's, get a copy of Clint's and put it in here and hang it up.
4x5 of Clint.
He's right to sign it for us. But anyhow, like I say, with these robocalls, of course, we're going to have Paul tell us more about them. But I can tell you from my experience with them, just being able to have that call out away from you, having it out to where your call's 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards ahead of you, and when you're hitting that call, the deer aren't coming in looking at you sitting in that stand.
Well, I want to say that Paul, are deer much like turkeys? I mean, I can make a turkey call. I can make 2 clucks. And I swear to you, a bird could be 600 yards away, and he'll come straight to within 5 feet of where I just made that call, looking. Are deer kind of the same way?
Let me tell you, you talk about experts. I'm not an expert by no means, but been hunting over 30 years.
Yeah.
My dad took me when I was little. And what I have learned is that, I use calls, man. I mean, the bleat call, the grunt call, but, knowing if you've used them enough, you've been busted at some point in time or another.
Yeah.
And they know where that sound come from. Everybody does. But what we have figured out in the last 3 years of having the prototypes out, man, from a black box with a Walmart tent stake, the yellow Walmart tent stakes where we first started with, just to see if it was even worth it.
Yeah.
So we started putting them out, and we actually started watching the response of deer, and they would actually come all the way up to where it was at and just start smelling it and looking at it and trying to figure out what it was. So we actually went a little further and developed a little bit more, and we actually have footage, and this is I've learned more in the last 3 years of using this than I have 30 years of deer hunting. And what I mean by that is we've actually have footage, me and my son, we were hunting, and we had this set up on the corner of a field and a little brush pile. And it was a little green field, little wood lines, draws and stuff, and cut cornfield out there. And we started using it, and we had a pretty big 7-point come out over 200 yards away. We never touched the call again, and he came straight to where it was at on the ground.
See, that's what I say.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Turkeys do the same thing. I think deer do the same thing.
After we saw that, we actually that night in camp when we played the footage back for everybody and we all looked at it, I mean, it was like everybody was like, how many times have deer actually come around and we don't even know it? They know where we at up in the tree. It started making us realize a lot of things using this call and getting it out of our hands.
Well, I mean, you're in their bedroom at that point in time. If you're in one end of the house and you hear your wife holler from the bathroom, that's where she is, from hearing it. Same thing on them deer. They hear that call. He knows he heard that call, and it's up there, and it's in this corner of that field, and he knows that. And so when he comes in, he's able to walk right to that call, and that's how they walk up to you when you're sitting in that stand.
Well, now, Clint, I know for a fact, brother, coyotes do the same thing.
Yeah, they do.
I've seen coyotes come from all the way across a big mesa and come straight to you.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my! And instead of shooting them with a rifle, you shoot them with a shotgun. They get that close.
Yep. You can shoot them right there in your face.
So animals are just, they're honed in on sound, and they'd like for everything else to come into play. The scent, the all of that, but sound has got to play a big part. And so, hey, we got to do some work very quick.
It is. We're going to go ahead and do our weekly wild game forecast, and this week's weekly wild game forecast being brought to you by Wilson Bank and Trust. Get down there and see those guys. They've always got so much going on. Guys and gals,
There's a bunch of them.
they've always got so much going on and do so much for the community. Get down and see them.
Thank you, Wilson Bank and Trust, for the chairs that you let us have
they actually
for the expo.
We had some chairs for the expo this past
man, it
weekend,
felt good.
and it was nice having those chairs.
Yes, it was.
Anyhow, thank you so much to Wilson Bank and Trust. Get down there and see them about any of your financial needs.
And tell them Southern Woods and Water sent you. You want me to give the fishing
Yeah,
report?
what do we got?
Dude, if you want to fill a freezer, it's crappie time in Tennessee. I'm telling you right now, the crappie are picking up. It's getting more and more. I've heard some bigger stringers coming in. Also, Gunnersville. Gunnersville's been really good this week. So, and we're not talking about your 12 and 13 inch crappie. We're talking the 15 to 17 inch
slabs.
crappie. The big ones.
Yeah.
Where it takes one, you make one side of it and make 2 biscuits out of it. So, big old slabs. That's what we're talking about now. The big boys are out. The big girls are eating. It's time to go crappie fishing if you want to. Sauger is picking up too. We're just hoping for a little bit cooler water.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And the sauger will be there. They're
been a few
starting their move, but the water temperatures just kept them curtailed back. Walleye, hey, we just had a 7.5 pound walleye picture that was sent to us the other day.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have it on the show tonight.
Yeah, tonight
Maybe.
or next
Either
Thursday.
tonight or next week, but it was a nice size walleye. So it's good when you start seeing those pictures.
It's getting time. It is.
What about the deer?
It is. With the deer, you know, there's a lot of them still locked down right now. If you can get that one hot doe, that's what it takes, and she'll bring 3, 4, 5 bucks with her when she comes out. This front that's come in Saturday morning, they're going to be on the move this weekend. So if you can get in there Saturday and try to spend most of the day, I believe you'll probably see some movement. So it's a good time to get on one. We just want to remind you guys, come over and check us out on Facebook. Follow us there. We've got a lot of information on there all the time, including our big Christmas giveaway. We're starting to close that out, so make sure you get signed up for that. And we're going to have a special guest on the show that night. It's going to be announcing our winner. So just be sure to get over there, like us, follow us, keep up with us there. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back here in just a couple moments with some more Southern Wood and Wire.
This is a Storm 5 HD weather update. Sign up for Weather Call at newschannel5.com.
A cold front came through during the morning hours, and that has helped reinforce this very cold air mass that is in place. Temperatures brisk for most of the day today in the 30s, and this is just the beginning. Overnight tonight, we dropped down into the low 20s, widespread across Middle Tennessee and Kentucky. Wind chill values will be about 5 degrees cooler than that, so plan on it feeling pretty brisk to start your Friday and downright raw by the time we get to Saturday. Here's a look at temperatures across the southeast and, of course, current conditions right here in Nashville. A reminder, too, these are updated right on top of the hour. Now, as I mentioned, we'll bottom out at 24 tonight. It'll feel a touch cooler, and it'll flat out be cooler outside the city. 39 for your top temperature on Friday, but the wind chill values, they won't make it out of the low 30s. Wind even stronger on Saturday, 15 to 20 miles an hour. That means you will wake up with wind chills in the teens, and at best, they'll make it into the low 30s.
Are you missing the sounds of life? I'm Dr. David Genevico, and here at Advanced Hearing Solutions, we can help.
Dr. Genevico is a licensed and certified audiologist. He has spent his career helping patients, performing research, and teaching future audiologists.
Getting help for hearing loss can be intimidating. We make it simple. Try our hearing aids free for 30 days. If you're not satisfied, just give them back. Call us today at Advanced Hearing Solutions or visit us online. The consultation is free. The results are priceless.
I'm David McMurray from Nashville Marine. How do you like this Phoenix bass boat? Phoenix is truly an amazing fishing machine, and we feature the entire Phoenix lineup. We also carry the complete line of aluminum fishing boats from G3. You won't find a better value on the lake. And when family fun is your goal, a Suncatcher pontoon is the answer. Plus, here at Nashville Marine, we have a great service department. Come see us at Nashville Marine. We have the boats. All you got to do is just add water.
CVA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. All right, welcome back, everyone. This week's Piece of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. Let me tell you something, they're having a great year. Hunters are having a great year.
There's been a lot of meat taken down there.
Lots of meat taken out, lots of meat, and I promise you, we're just now scratching the edge of it. But we've got, I think this is Robert Light with a nice looking buck that he took out of West Tennessee just this last month and here in November.
It's a good looking deer. There's been a lot of good looking deer taken this year.
Yes. And our next one, who's this?
This is Mr. Willie West, and this is a fantastic looking buck that Mr. West got, and this buck was taken on AEDC. Yes. Yeah, so this is a nice public land buck right here.
That's no suitcase buck.
And no, that's not a suitcase deer there, buddy. That's
a full grown man.
That's right. That's a heck of a deer right there. So congratulations to him on that very nice public land buck.
All right, our next one here is 10-year-old Zeb Major.
Actually, that's out of order. I can tell you by looking at it.
Well, I'm glad you can.
This is 6-year-old Bennett Crane with her very first deer that she's ever taken. Jared, her dad, who's there behind her very proudly, that he is my cousin. And Bennett is 6 years old. She's the same age as Emery, and they were able to take their first deer both in the same year. But she got this deer here with a crossbow at 38 yards.
That's nice.
So super proud of Bennett on that. Congratulations to her.
Yes, very nice. Well, now this must be 10-year-old Zeb Major with a nice Wilson County 10-point. He shot his first buck at 7 years old, and this is his 4th buck.
He's doing good. I met this young man actually at the shooting range down the road from my house one day and talked to him a little bit. And that's a little deer hunter in the making right there. He's gonna
awesome.
he's
I love
gonna
to see the youth getting involved.
They are, and we've had so many youth pictures. And we love all the pictures, but the youth pictures have got to be my favorite. So.
Hey, and by the way, parents, if you hadn't heard it before, let's say it one more time. We are very proud of you for taking those youngsters out there in the woods and the outdoors and just getting them off those phones and let them be out there and take a 38-yard shot with a crossbow.
Yeah.
I love that.
It is.
There's a lot of men that won't do that.
I know it. There's not. Just continue to send your pictures in to us. You can send them over here to us at 474 James Robertson Parkway in Nashville. But better yet, just send them to us on Facebook. We can get them faster that way and get them over here and get them on the show and show them off for you.
That's exactly right. So we appreciate that. And tonight our guests we got Paul over here. He's got a great product. We're going to demonstrate it. But I didn't want to leave Clint out there over there. Clint has been patiently waiting too. Clint Holden, big time predator hunting. We're going, brother.
You just let me know when.
I want to talk to you about what, for just a second, what's the prime time for coyote hunting?
You will kill more coyotes in the summertime, late spring and summertime.
Why is that, Clint?
Because a lot of hay fields are getting cut for one reason.
Right.
And, you got both parents, the male and female, they're out hunting for their young. And if you just get into where their dens are at, they're more concentrated in one area. See, like this time of year, they're moving around.
Right.
And they're hunting more, and the range is getting extended. And they're looking for mates, and breeding season's at the end of December, January, or into January, it goes all the way through February and early March. But summertime, they're all in one area around the den, and if you get around the den, man, sometimes you can kill 4 or 5 or more. Is it hard to find
these dens?
Well, that's why you use the Aquatech collar. You can get out there, set it up, do a few howls, and you can locate them. Or just like late in the evening, like a lot of times we'll be paying attention to farmers. And the farmer's like, man, I hear a bunch of coyotes right before dark in this one particular section of the woods. More than likely, that's where their den's at. And then we'll move in, get the wind right, and turn on the collar, and we'll end up having 2 or 3 coyotes dead, or a single one dead under 2 or 3 minutes. I
want to ask you one other question, Clint, right quick, and that is, we are having just a big time problem with suburban coyotes. They've kind of got smart and decided, hey, I can go over here at the dumpster behind Burger King or McDonald's and I can scarf up some of those old throwaways. But they're breeding others and more moving in to the city limits. Now we're having, $1,000 Yorkies coming up as an appetizer, and people are screaming about it. But what we've done is we're running their habitat. We're pushing them out, and they're just saying, to heck with it, I'm going to stay in. And that's what they're doing, and they're surviving well.
Oh, yeah.
How are we going to situate this? Because I'm going to tell you, I see problems coming down the road, big ones.
Well, the way I look at it, if it's going to be a problem with, being in the city limits, is that you're going to have to get some of these people like, they do all the trapping and stuff or animal control. They're just going to have to go in and trap them out. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you can get it done and take care of the problem. You ain't going to get them all, but you can get most of them, at least try to control it. There's always going to be a coyote move back in, just like foxes.
Oh, yeah.
You drive around all these little towns or even, pretty good sized cities like Murfreesboro, for an instance. You can be driving and all of a sudden there goes a red fox across the road. They all adapt to the area, and it don't. If they're raised around it, they're just used to people and everything.
Well, they've survived for 1,000 years. We're not going to touch them. We're not really going to bother.
Keep on
but we are, like you and I discussed, we're taking over their habitat, but they're adapted a lot faster than we thought they would. And now they're causing people problems. You start just, what was that one toy poodle I saw that one of my buddies at TWRA said it was like $3,000 and it's gone.
No,
They
yeah.
watched the coyote jump over the fence, grab him, run across the other side, and jump over the other side, and was gone.
Yeah, they do it. I mean, we get phone calls and stuff all the time to me and Greg, and we get excited about it, even though I know it's bad to dog and stuff. But once we know that they're coming in and getting cats and pets and baby goats and pastures right next to your house, now lets us know that coyotes are living close, and we can go right in there and turn the right call on, and there come coyote running right out. Take him out.
Well, we're going to talk about this some more in just a second. Now, Paul, you came up with this idea with a Walmart steak, a stick, and a string, and all that. Now it's this. You want to demonstrate? You want to tell us? I mean, you made it out of necessity. You tried something out of the box.
Well, yeah, getting busted in a tree, losing a big monster buck.
Yeah.
I got busted using the can. Throw the call out, listen to it with, as it got mad, throwed it out of the tree stand, sitting there. It hit the ground, and you could hear it rolling down the hill, going mack, 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 mack down the hill. And I sat there, and it was like, if the call would have been down there, he never knowed I'd been up here.
That's exactly
so
right.
Once I started looking at it, it was like, well, you talk about, electronic calls and sounds and stuff, and knew that, you couldn't do it. But then you get around, mechanical calling is legal and using it. So it was like, well, how can we turn it?
How can we just rotate it?
And we duck hunt, so, it's like Mojo, you're using the wings and everything, so they will do it. So I said, why can't we do the same thing? So it's like, well, then we got Hobby Lobby stuff and motors and stuff, and just put stuff together, and if you looked at it, you'd laugh. I mean, it had a hole drilled in it with a little curlicue antenna coming out of it, and just to see if it would work. And I mean,
it did.
And it did. It had a yellow Walmart. I mean, we got film. Yellow Walmart 10 state. You can sit out in the field. But after we started watching the deer come to it and come around it, and just started learning so much, you can actually use it and play scent with it. Like scent control. You can actually put it upwind from you, and deer always circle downwind to come around. Well, when he circles downwind, he's standing with you looking up. So there's different ways that we've learned to play with this and using it. But my favorite way is using multiples. And we actually designed it to where in the back of it, as you can see here, I got the back door, it's got an ABCD selector switch. So you can pair up to 4 of these with one remote.
Really?
I can use 4 of these at one time with one remote. The way I use it, bow hunting.
I like a herd better than I like one.
Well, and you kind of ask why. Why would you want to use more than one? Well, we found out through trial and error by walking into the tree stand. You're going into the tree stand anyway. You just stop where you're at, 40, 50 yards, strap one to a tree, walk on in 15 yards, strap one to the tree, crawl up in the tree stand, and then you can use an immature buck grunt while you're sitting in the tree, and then you can hit the call out 15 yards, then you can hit the next one, and it makes it sound like he is chasing a doe in there.
That's a good idea.
It gives the sound of that. We've had bucks, I mean, just you could hear them coming through thickets and everything else, just coming in trying to figure out where it's at.
That's a great idea.
It is. It is.
In another way that we've actually, one of the prototypes in Virginia that we had a guy using, that he come back and told us he killed a buck. He was actually busted in a tree, and the deer was looking at him, and he just reached up and had it around his neck, and he just, like this right here, I mean, he just pushed the button while it was sitting there, and you can hear it go off and, out away from you. And he said the deer was blowing, had his tail up, was stomping, and he said then it looked over where the sound was at. And he said the next thing you know, the curiosity got to it, and it started moving over where it was at. And, we were told, the great thing about that is that deer, once they get curious in something, they forget what they was already thinking about. So you're forgotten. Now they're focused on this. And he said the deer calmed down, put its tail down, and eased on off. And he said it wasn't for a few seconds later, 3 more does come out behind her, and a buck come out, and he killed a buck.
I like those stories.
Yeah.
We got to do our product of the week.
We do. This week's product of the week's been brought to you by Caney Fork Outdoors. Get down and see those guys. That you can either go down there and see them at the Big Rock Market right there at the Caney Fork exit. Come up here and see them at Donaldson. Come up here and see Ryan, see what he's got going on. You got just a couple more weeks. Get in there and get something for Christmas. Have somebody ready to go for the springtime. It's
ho's
right around the corner. The man will be here. That's right.
The man himself.
The product that I've got this week, this is the CVA Wolf muzzleloader. This is a 50 caliber stainless steel muzzleloader. It's got the quick release breech plug, which since I've started using it, I've discovered is the greatest thing ever.
Boy, it is nice.
And so this has the CVA, the all one piece mounts already on it. And what's special about this week's product of the week is this is going to have a brand new owner in about 1 week.
It does.
This is the muzzleloader that we're going to be giving away as part of our Christmas giveaways, and we're super proud to have it. These are fantastic rifles. I've been hunting with the CVA now for a while. Mine has done me very well, and so looking forward to letting somebody else enjoy this one.
That's exactly right.
And get out there and get in the woods and enjoy it. We're going to get ready to take a break. We'll be back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.
When you think about it, we're a lot more predictable than you realize. We do the same things at the same places at the same times, with no second thought. We're creatures of habit, but fortunately, so are they. This is where your favorite pastime meets a new era of hunting technology. You might not get to spend as much time on your favorite spot as you'd like, but with the all-new line of cellular trail cameras from Sniper Hunting Products, you never really leave. Sniper Hunting Products.
We wake up each and every day and watch in awe at how we've grown, all we've accomplished, and what our community can do. We are all part of a transformation, sparkling with energy and spirit. Not every day is smooth sailing, and there's always hard work to be done. But we have so much for which to be grateful. We celebrate life's moments, large and small. We've invited everyone to share what makes our home special, welcoming, beautiful. We realize in the day-to-day stories of our city, it's not always easy to appreciate the big picture. These big pictures are brought to you on News Channel 5 Sky 5. Look for a fresh perspective each new day.
My heart is broken to pieces. It would never be the same.
I loved him more than anything in this world.
He would have gave them whatever they wanted. They didn't have to hurt him.
It puts him in the ground for no reason.
Y'all didn't have to take my life away from me and my family.
It's our own kids that are shooting our own kids.
Nashville teens are dying for no reason, leaving loved ones with never-ending grief. News Channel 5 presents Enough Violence Killing Our Kids, Friday at 6:30.
This segment is sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife. All right, welcome back, everyone. You can call us here at 737-7767. Ask us any question you might have, as long as it pertains to outdoors.
Yeah, anything outdoors.
That's
whatever
you
want. Give us your question, comment, whatever you got. We'd love to hear from you.
You'll have to take that because I don't know anything about it.
I'm out on bungee jumping. I've watched my wife do it 3 or 4 times. Believe it or not, she enjoys bungee jumping.
To do a zip line.
I do that.
I said cables weren't meant for me to be on.
I might try a zip line. I'm out on the bungee jumping.
I see why y'all are screaming and going, yeah! I'm screaming, go, get me over here! I know me. But hey, we got calls going on tonight. We are blessed, really, to have these 2 great guests on here. One of them is the Robo-Call, and that would make a great Christmas present. And you're saying that there need to be multiples would be best. I agree. Because even, putting out turkey decoys, instead of just putting out one, put out 4. Because you got a slate, you got a box, you got a mouth call. Well, there's 3 different hens right there. Because none of them sound the same. So if you could do it like that, I mean, we've attracted a lot of great old big longbeards when you do that. You might get that great big boy to come in. If he thinks it's worth the trip, he's got 3 sexy little females over there. That'll get his attention. So I can see where it would work like that. And then we got Clint with the predator calls. And Clint, I'm telling you, I have watched that Predator Nation, the shows and all that. That is amazing. I love that kind of hunting in the first place. First thing is you guys are really good marksmen, and you practice a lot.
Man, we miss some too. We miss some.
I'm not saying you don't miss. I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna say that I think a predator hunter practices more than just the old standby deer hunter. It's deer season. Let's get the alt 6 out of the closet. Come on. When's the last time you shot it?
Yeah.
But a predator guy, he's getting down to the grain. I gotta shoot a 52 grain bullet. Spitzer bobtail. They get pretty.
You got to shoot the right bullet, your gun, make sure it's on, because, man, them coyotes,
they don't give you much of a second chance.
You're either going to be shooting at them sitting still, or they're going to be running. And there ain't no telling how many times, if you can hit them running, pretty good all the time, you're pretty good with a rifle, which I missed a lot, too. I still ain't mastered that. I've hit a few, but
I think we do. Shotgun is also a great way, and your calls, the calls themselves will bring them in just that closer. But you're an avid believer in, because I've read some of your stuff that you put on Facebook. You like your calls to be away from you, where they're coming in. You agree both. You want them coming in and looking that direction or that direction, and not looking at this direction.
If we're hunting big fields, we'll put that collar out there. These collars right here got a range on the remote. You can reach up to 300 yards to the collar. That's a long way.
That's a long way. Yeah.
And most time we put it anywhere from 50 to 60 yards on out in the field, or just depends how the terrain is. And we'll go out there and put the collar out and face the way we want it, and we'll make sure we got the wind right, and turn the decoy on, in which we can control it, with a remote.
Yeah.
And when that coyote comes out, he ain't gonna be looking at you. Now, if he comes straight onto the collar and you're back behind it, he can see you sort of background, but you still gotta watch your movement. But it allows you to get away with some, getting your gun up on the shooting sticks, or on your bipod there, and to make that shot on that coyote. But the decoy is the main thing to go with your sound.
All right, we got some callers coming in here. Let's go with
Lee.
Lee's not there anymore. Who's on 2? See? Joe, how can we help you tonight?
Yeah, I just bought a crappie boat a while back, and I live up in Manchester, Tennessee, and I understand the Woods Reservoir and also Normandy.
Yes, sir.
I like the crappie fish. There's some pretty good crappie fishing up in this area.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Now
either one, really.
Either one, Normandy or Woods. I'll tell you if you can fish by the bridge there on Woods, the northern part of the southern part or south of the bridge, TWRA went and put a sluicer in, and it's a oxygen that goes full time inside Woods Reservoir, and so the fish are really active around that. They get plenty of oxygen and plenty of bait, but it's right beside the bridge. It's not far from the bridge, but I'd be looking at that bridge for some crappie right about now.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wondered because what you say it was like a breathing thing or something?
It's called a sluicer. What it does is it actually puts oxygen back into the water, Joe. It's about a 4-inch pipe that they've got coming out of a well house, and it runs all the way down into Woods Reservoir, down there by the dam, which is not far from the bridge. And that's where they keep that oxygen going year-round in there, and it helps those fish out tremendously. So it's a great area. That upper part down there by the dam is one of the better places to go.
I was going to say, on a warm day, a man might go out there, this winter.
Oh, yeah. I would fish close to the bridge, though. I'm telling you, that concrete holds heat. Those fish like that warmth when it gets about 54, 55 degrees.
What kind of depth would there be right now?
They'll be in 12 to about 17, somewhere along in there, from 12 foot to about 17 foot.
Okay. Thank y'all for the information.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Have a good night.
And we got
Lee's back on.
We got Lee on one. Lee, how can we help you?
Hello, can you hear me this time?
Yes, sir, we can hear you this time.
Yes, sir, y'all's phone went dead up here. I'm up here in Stewart County. It's that problem. I've been my service. I had a question on the Yotes there on the hunting. I used one of them electric calls I got at Academy Sports.
Yeah.
A few weeks back, I was out there. I've been having the Yotes chase my deer all season. I got tired of them. I went out there to try to call them. Ended up shooting 2 of them. And I'm kind of wondering if I ain't got some coy dogs. Because I had one of them walk. I actually shot one the next day. I'm pretty sure it might have been a Siberian Husky or some kind of crossbreed.
Yeah.
They're getting bigger and bigger, and I ain't so sure. Some of them ain't domestic, you know what I mean?
I gotta say that's getting to be a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it's starting to be an issue. You'll see it in areas where they're starting to mix with just any kind of dog. I mean, this, like you said, the coyotes moving in the city limits.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you got dogs rolling around city
you got
limits all
German
the time.
Shepherds, Huskies, everything else. And here's the other problem too. LBL a few years ago had a problem with people just releasing dogs.
That's where a lot of it comes.
That's where a lot of it
people
came
just
from.
release these dogs.
You know
and they
how
end up
people
in the
get that
wild.
when I have a pet and it's good to have one at Christmas time, you give the kids one.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden you can't afford to keep it up, so you take it out in the woods and go, if it lives, it lives. If it dies, it's on Mother Nature, not me. And what they've caused is a problem.
That's right, and it does. They basically, if they survive that, they end up being virtually a wild dog.
A wild dog, and they're
interbreeding
more
is very
dangerous,
possible.
I think, than the coyotes. So while you're out there, Lee, make sure, man, you just got to be careful. I know what you're talking about, but you just got to be careful.
Y'all still there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried about letting nieces and nephews run around in the yard. I mean, it ain't nothing for them to pop up the ridge and snatch one of them,
You're exactly right. And I'm going to tell you something. I've seen some Rottweilers out there in the wild. Matter of fact, I killed one. I'll tell you I did. But he was coming after me.
Yeah. It happens, and it's something you got to.
And my buddy that was with me says, "What if I do? If you miss?" I said, "You better be slinging some arrows."
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because if I miss, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
But that was on a public hunting place.
Yeah.
And so he's got an issue, and I think we all do if we're hunters.
Do you end up having to report them if you end up shooting a domestic dog like that?
No, not really. I mean, it's no
Now, I
different
won't
than
shoot anything that's got a collar on it. If it's got a collar, I'm not messing with it.
No, and you can tell the difference in a wild dog.
You
and
can
one.
tell
Even
the
if it doesn't have a collar, you can tell the difference.
You can tell.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. If they come up to you wagging their tail, that doesn't mean that
they're probably okay.
That's Fido.
That's
He's
right.
okay.
That's
But
right.
we appreciate it, Lee.
I heard that. Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. And we got Louis.
How are you tonight?
Hello?
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Listen. Who did you say?
Hey, yeah, is this Louis?
Louis?
Yeah, this is Louis.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Y'all looking good tonight, buddy.
Well, thank you, brother.
All of you. I appreciate you
see if you get the TWA started back where we can call in and get our deers tagged in. I'm going to get low, and it's hard to get around to get to a checking station. And
okay.
They don't let them do that anymore. I appreciate you touching on that. And, did you ever get anything settled about the baiting and establish how far you had to be away from it and all that good stuff?
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, we're going to hang up and we're going to answer it for you, Louis. What we got is 250 yards.
250 yards.
You can't be any closer.
You cannot be within 250 yards. You cannot shoot a deer within
that
250 yards. So that was pretty well clarified. There's still some other things that we're looking into. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about some things we were talking about yesterday with some guys about cornfields and stuff like that. So we're still looking into that. The 250 yards is on paper, though. It is 250 yards you must be from the bait. The deer must also be 250 yards from the bait. As far as those check-in stations, your best option with that is going to be to do it online right now. I think there is actually a phone number you can call as well.
That's what I was fixing to say.
There's a phone number available.
There's a phone number. I've got it.
I don't have it available, but there is one that you can call and check in your deer if you're not able to do it online. So there's some options there for you on that as well.
Let's see if we can get one more caller right quick. Who we got? Jay, how can we help you tonight, Jay?
Yeah, this is Jay Raines up in Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Going to talk to you about a couple things real quick.
Okay.
My daddy used to fish with Jimmy Holt up there at Dale Hollow with A.J. Hayes.
Yeah.
I ain't going to go into what they called the limit back then, but they used to catch a bunch of fish. But Old Hickory Lake, back when I was a kid in the 60s, we could catch more crappie not knowing what we were doing. And now you've got to really work to catch them to where it's not worth it. But other thing, any of y'all boys, I got 40-something acres up there at Macon County where there's been 70, 80 turkey come out across the field.
Don't say any more, Jay.
I just need somebody to come up here and help me shoot them.
I will be glad to help you.
You've got our contact information. Our email address is there.
I'll give you my phone number. And,
well, I'll tell you what, Jay, don't do it on
give that
TV.
to Taylor,
give that to Taylor,
and
our,
we'll be
our producer,
in touch with you.
And we'll call you right back, okay?
Hope you do.
All right, sir. We're going to do it. You just give it to Taylor, and he'll be glad to take your number, and we'll call you back.
Okay, bye.
Have
Thank
a great
you, sir.
night.
All right. That's good. I got me a place turkey on there.
We got you ready to do our tip of the week.
Oh, was it? Okay. What's our tip?
Well, first of all, this week's tip of the week is being brought to you by our friends over at Davidson Farmers Co-op. All kind of specials going on in there right now. Man, every time I go in there, it's something, all
Look
kind
at
of things.
Facebook. It looks like ho-ho-ho's over
It
in there.
does. So get down there and see them. They're just right there off Briley, right there on Dixon Road.
See Miss Lauren.
Yeah, go see Miss Lauren down there. They have all kind of things going on that you can get involved in right now.
Carhartt, if you like to be outside and use Carhartt, boy, they got it.
Yeah, I wear it all the time.
Yes, sir. I do too.
That's where I get it from.
That's what we use. But
Yeah.
What's our tip?
Oh, you want to throw it on me this week? That's all right. I got a tip
I
for
had
you.
it last week.
I'll throw, talking about using these calls. A lot of people, now I don't do a lot of cold calling. I mean, I do some, but not a ton. But whenever you're using these calls, when you see a deer, no matter how far away it is, even if you think there's no way it's going to come back to you or whatever, throw a call at it. But also treat it kind of like fishing. If you throw a grunt call at it and it doesn't turn, try a bleat call. If you throw a bleat call and it doesn't turn, try a rattleback. Sometimes he might not react to the grunt, and then that bleat might turn him around and he comes right to you. So, if you're throwing a yellow spinner bait and you switch to a purple worm, it might work. It's the same concept.
But I'm also going to add to that, there's a lot of people that don't know you can overcall.
You can, and that's what I'm saying.
And I think you're just sitting there hitting that remote, and it bleep, bleep,
Don't
bleep,
just
bleep.
do it over and over.
Keep it.
As a matter of fact, Paul's got a real good process he uses to call, and probably going to have him go over that here in just a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, like I say, use a variety of calls. That's basically my point. Don't just grunt at him, and well, he wouldn't come to me. Try some different things. It may not be that one call. It may just be that next call. It's what it takes to make him turn and commit to you.
Thank you, Brandon. Hey, we got to take another quick break. When we come back, we got a recipe.
We do. It just came in the door and it's smelling good.
It's smelling good, brother. We'll be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.
I'm David McMurray from Nashville Marine. How do you like this Phoenix bass boat? Phoenix is truly an amazing fishing machine, and we feature the entire Phoenix lineup. We also carry the complete line of aluminum fishing boats from G3. You won't find a better value on the lake. And when family fun is your goal, a Suncatcher pontoon is the answer. Plus, here at Nashville Marine, we have a great service department. Come see us at Nashville Marine. We have the boats. All you got to do is just add water.
Are you missing the sounds of life? I'm Dr. David Genevico, and here at Advanced Hearing Solutions, we can help.
Dr. Genevico is a licensed and certified audiologist. He has spent his career helping patients, performing research, and teaching future audiologists.
Getting help for hearing loss can be intimidating. We make it simple. Try our hearing aids free for 30 days. If you're not satisfied, just give them back. Call us today at Advanced Hearing Solutions or visit us online. The consultation is free. The results are priceless.
Taking out life insurance policies on your clients.
How are we supposed to know which numbers to believe?
This has gone on for years. When do you go to the Attorney General and say, let's shut this place down?
If there's a perfectly logical explanation, why won't you give it to us?
That wasn't really accurate, was it? It's cheating the children.
You just don't see anything wrong with that. It seems like a nice kind of perk for the mayor.
Why did you take all the money from all those elderly people?
We're happy to call. We've made calls. No one's returning our call.
And why won't they fix it?
Is there anything you want to say, sir?
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Hi, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Throughout the country,